Let's crochet this snowman. This project was inspired by another snowman tutorial that I have where I used double crochet to make him, but several of y'all have asked for a single crochet version over the years. I thought no big deal, I'll just translate from the double crochet into the equivalent single crochet. Yeah, it took a lot of trial and error, mostly a lot of error, but eventually I got it worked out and that's what we're going to be making today. For this project, we will want white yarn. I'm going to be using worsted weight 4 yarns. I'm using a combination of ones I already have on hand. This white is Hobby Lobby's I Love This yarn. I've also got some Joanne Big Twist yarns that I'll be using for other colors, and a little bit of Red Heart Super Saver. You will need white and then at least one accent color for the gloves and buttons, but you can use multiple accent colors like I did for the gloves, buttons, scarf, and hat. We're going to use a 4.25mm crochet hook. The first step for making our snowman is to make the hands and the arms, and we're going to make 2 of them. I promise once it's attached to the snowman, it looks a lot better. We're going to work in the round, and I'm going to use this green as the contrasting color for my gloves. I'm going to start with the magic ring. I'll show you how I do this, but feel free to start in the round however you want. I wrap it around twice with the tail towards me and the working end in the back going away. I go under the first strand, over the second strand with my hook facing down, pull it towards me and then twist up, and then I yarn over and pull up a loop to be my chain 1. I'll make this a little bit smaller. And in this ring, I am going to work 6 single crochet. So this is 1, 2, 3, again these are all single crochet stitches, 4, 5, and 6. Now I'll cinch this down a little bit by pulling on my tail. That's round 1 with 6 single crochet. Now for round 2, we're going to have a repeating pattern of 2 single crochet and then an increase. We're going to work in a spiral instead of joining our round, so I'm going to count back to my first stitch of the round. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And I'm going to insert underneath that first stitch. And I'm going to put 1 single crochet into that stitch. Getting caught on my tail there, watch out for that. So work a single crochet. Then in the next stitch, a single crochet. And then in the following stitch, a single crochet increase. So that means we work 2 single crochet into the same stitch. So 1 and 2. Then repeat 2 single crochet, so 1 in each of the next 2 stitches. So this is 1, this is 2. And then the last stitch gets a single crochet increase, so I'm going to put 2 stitches into that same spot. So this is 1 single crochet and a second single crochet into the same stitch. At this point, I'll take my tail and cinch up my magic ring so it's nice and snug. You'll also notice I've got a stitch marker here just to make things a little bit easier. And once we're done with round 2, we will have 8 stitches. Now for round 3, we're going to have a repeating pattern where we increase and then work 3 single crochet. So that means my first stitch gets an increase. So 1 single crochet and a second single crochet into the same spot. And then in each of my next 3 stitches, I'm going to work 1 single crochet. So this is 1, go to the next stitch, it's number 2, and number 3. And now I will repeat that again. So a single crochet increase in the next stitch, so that's 2 single crochet in the same spot. That is 1, this is 2, both worked in the same spot. And then I've just got 3 stitches left in this round. I'm going to put 1 single crochet into each of them. So this is 1, this is 2, and this is 3. Moving on to round 4, this is the last round that we will increase in. We will have a repeating pattern of 2 single crochet, increase, and then 2 single crochet. So in each of the next 2 stitches, I'm going to put 1 single crochet. So 1 single crochet in that stitch, 1 single crochet in the stitch that follows. Then I'm going to work a single crochet increase in my next spot. So this is 1 and this is 2. So that's an increase, and then 2 single crochet, 1 in each of the next 2 stitches. So 1 in this stitch and 1 in this stitch. Now I'll repeat. So it's 2 single crochet. Those are each worked in their own spot. So this is 1 and this is 2. Then a single crochet increase where I work 2 stitches into the same place. So that's 1, and then a second single crochet in the same stitch. And then 1 single crochet in each of the 2 stitches that remain in the round. So that's 1, that's 2, and at the end of round 4, we will have 12 single crochet stitches. Now for round 5 and 6, we're going to work evenly around. So I'll put 12 single crochet for round 5 and then 12 single crochet for round 6. So that's 1 single crochet in each stitch of the previous round. When we get to the end of round 6, we will change color. So I'm going to work to the end of round 6 and then I'll show you the color change and the rest of the pattern for the hands. So I just finished up round 6 and I'm ready to change to my next color. So this is the last stitch of row 6 and I am going to undo this. So I'll have just 1 stitch left to finish this round. And I'm going to do the color change as I work this last stitch. So I will start by inserting my hook into the last spot, yarning over and pulling up a loop, and then I'm going to pause. Now we're ready to change to white. I'm going to take my white yarn and make a slip knot. And I'm going to put that slip knot onto my hook and size it down to the same size as my hook. Now I like to tie things off, and since it's an amigurumi project, it's fine because the knot will be hidden on the inside of the project anyways. I'm going to take my working tail of green, which I have already cut, and the tail of my white, and I'm going to tie a couple knots together. So that's 1 knot, and I'll tie it a second time just for good measure. Now that I've got it tied, this white loop is going to count as my yarn over, and I'm going to take that loop and pull it through my 2 green loops. And that's going to finish the last stitch of row 6 and get us started in the new color. So now for rows 7 through 16, I'm just going to work 12 single crochet each round, and I'm going to work 1 single crochet in each of the stitches from the previous round. So this is row 7 here. I'm going to work a single crochet. This is single crochet number 2, single crochet number 3, and I'm just going to place 1 single crochet in every stitch of the previous round. So row 7 will have 12 stitches, and then rows 8 through 16 will be a repeat of row 7. I'm going to go ahead and finish crocheting the arm, and I'll show you how it ends up. Alright, so I just finished up working row 16. The last thing I need to do is fasten off, so I've cut my yarn, and I'm just going to pull that tail on through and cinch it up. You can tuck this tail into the arm if you want, and I already tucked the green tails into here. The last thing we want to do before we set these off to the side is stuff them. You can stuff them as much or as little as you like. I personally like to stuff them a little bit firmer at the end and then leave this top section here able to squish down a little bit more for when it gets attached to the body, but just stuff it to your liking, and we're going to set them off to the side. You'll see in a little bit why we made these first. Alright, so I have something that arrived in the mail today. I thought we'd take a little break from the tutorial, and this will give you something to watch while you crochet the second arm of the snowman. But Valari sent me something, a new product. I have not pulled this out yet. Ooh, but it is a lumbar support pillow. Alright, check it out. So it has got the mesh cover on the outside. There's a pocket on this side and a strap that goes around the chair. Strap's easy enough to adjust. Pretty comfy. I will be testing this out. Honestly, this would have been great if I had already had this when I was filming the tutorial. That would have made sitting and filming so much more comfortable. Thank you, Valari, for sending this to me. But anyways, I thought I would share this new product with y'all. If you want to check out this Valari product or any of their other support pillows, I will link to that down in the description below. I've got coupon codes down there. All right, let's get back to the tutorial. The body and the head are worked together. These are worked in the round, and we're going to be spiraling. So the first step is we need to make a ring to work into. So I start by looping the yarn over my fingers so the tail end's coming towards me, and I've got 2 strands around my fingers. This is the working tail that's connected to the yarn. I go underneath the first strand, catch the back strand with my hook facing down, pull it underneath and twist up. And then from here I'm going to yarn over and pull up a loop. And that's going to count as my chain to start the round. I'm going to cinch this down just a little bit. And for round 1, we're going to work 6 single crochet into our ring. So I'm using a magic ring, but any kind of ring that you're using to start working in the round, put 6 single crochet into it. So this is 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Now I'll cinch my ring down by pulling on my tail, and now we're ready to work round 2. For round 2, we're going to work a single crochet increase in every stitch of the previous round, which means we're going to work 2 single crochet in every stitch. So if I count back, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, this right here is my first stitch from round 1. So I'm going to insert my hook into the top of that stitch, and then work a single crochet into that stitch, and then because I'm working an increase, I'm going to put another single crochet into that same spot. Alright, so that was my first increase. I've got 5 more increases to go. So I'm going to put 2 single crochet into the next stitch, so 1 and 2. Go to my third stitch and put 2 single crochet into there, 1 and 2. And I'm going to keep working this all the way around until I've worked an increase in all 6 of my stitches from round 1. I'll end up with a total of 12 stitches in round 2. So that is round 2. As a reminder, we are spiraling our rounds, so we will not be slip stitching to join the rounds. Now that I've got round 2 done, I am going to pull on my tail from the magic ring and just finish cinching that up nicely so it's closed in. And now we're ready to work round 3. For round 3, we're going to have a repeating pattern of single crochet, then single crochet increase, and we'll repeat that 6 times around. So in my first stitch, I'm going to put just 1 single crochet, so put a single crochet right here. And then in my next stitch, I'm going to work a single crochet increase, so that means 2 single crochet into that same spot. So that's 1, and this is a second one into the same stitch. And we will repeat that 5 more times. So the next stitch gets just 1 single crochet, while the following stitch gets 2 single crochet worked into it. So this is 1 and this is 2, both worked in the same spot. And I'm going to repeat this pattern 4 more times, and I'll have a total of 18 single crochet for round 3. So it's single crochet, then single crochet increase all the way around. Round 4 will have 6 increases, and there will be 2 single crochet between each of the increases. So let me show you how to work round 4. Our first stitch is going to get a single crochet increase. So I'll insert my hook into the first stitch, work my first single crochet, and then work a second single crochet into that same stitch. Then I'm going to put 1 single crochet in each of the next 2 stitches. So that stitch gets just 1 single crochet, and the following stitch also gets just 1 single crochet. This gets repeated a total of 6 times. So we've done it once, we've got 5 more repeats to go. The next stitch gets a single crochet increase, so that's 2 single crochet into the same stitch for my increase, and then 1 single crochet in the next stitch, and 1 single crochet in the following stitch. And repeat. So it's increase and then 2 single crochet. This is my increase, and then 1 single crochet and 2 single crochet. Repeat this all the way around and you'll have a total of 24 stitches. Round 4 is complete. It's time for round 5. Again, there's a repeating pattern. I'm going to work 1 double crochet in each of the first 2 stitches, so 1 and 2. Then I'm going to work an increase in this 3rd stitch, so that means put 2 single crochet into the same spot, so that's 1, this is 2 in the same stitch, and then 1 single crochet. And now repeat, 1 single crochet in the next stitch, 1 single crochet in the following stitch, then an increase, which means 2 stitches into the same place. So that's my first single crochet and my second single crochet, and then 1 single crochet. And repeat. So it's 2 single crochet, increase, 1 single crochet. Another way to think of it is once you get going, you're going to have 3 single crochet in between the increases. I'm going to work this all the way around. When we get done with round 5, we will have 30 single crochet stitches. Round 6, we're going to have a repeating pattern of 4 single crochet followed by an increase. So 1 single crochet in each of my first 4 stitches. So that's 1, this is 2, this is 3, and this is 4. And then the next stitch gets our increase. So 1 single crochet and a second single crochet into the same stitch. Once more, we repeat it a total of 6 times. So 1, 2, 3, and 4 single crochet, each worked in their own stitch, and then the next stitch gets a single crochet increase. So we put 2 stitches in the same spot. That was 1, and this is 2. Again, repeat this all the way around, and round 6 will have a total of 36 stitches. All right, we've only got 2 more rounds of increasing. So round 7, the pattern is going to be 1 single crochet, increase, and then 4 single crochet. So our first stitch gets 1 single crochet, then an increase, so that's 2 into the following stitch. Again, we're only working with single crochet here. And then in each of my next 4 stitches, I'm going to put 1 single crochet. So this is 1, this is 2, this is 3, and this is 4. And then the pattern repeats. So it's 1 single crochet, followed by an increase, so put 2 single crochet into the next stitch, so that's 1, and this is 2, both worked in the same spot, and then 4 single crochet. So that's 1 single crochet in each of the next 4 stitches. This is 2, this is 3, and this is 4. Another way of thinking about it is there's 5 single crochet between each of the increases. We just have it staggered a little bit so that way all of our increases don't line up. Because if all of our increases line up exactly on top of each other, instead of getting a nice rounded circle, it tends to create more of a hexagon shape. So I'll repeat this all the way around for a total of 42 stitches. Round 8 is our last round of increasing. The repeating pattern is going to be 4 single crochet, increase, and then 2 single crochet. Again, that will get repeated 6 times around. So in each of my next 4 stitches, I'm going to work just 1 single crochet. So that's 1, this is 2, this is 3, this is 4, and then I'm going to work that increase. So 2 single crochet in the same spot. So that's 1 and 2. And then 1 single crochet in each of the next 2 stitches. So 1 in that stitch and 1 in the following stitch. And now I will repeat. So that's 4 single crochet, 1, 2, 3, and 4, each worked into their own spot. Then a single crochet increase, so put 2 single crochet into this stitch. So that's 1, and this is 2 in the same spot, and then 2 single crochet, and each of these are just in their own spot. So that one by itself and the next single crochet by itself. And repeat. Again, you can think of this as there being 6 single crochet between the increases, but again, we've got the increases kind of staggered around our circle so we get a nice rounded shape and not corners of a hexagon. When we're done with round 8, we will have 48 single crochets altogether. Now for round 9, it's time to start working evenly around to start working up the sides of our snowman. With round 9, however, I want to do something special to kind of really define the bottom edge of the snowman. It's going to look a little something like this, where we create this really nice, well-defined corner here. It's not really a corner, but like a nice right angle. There are 2 ways to go about this, one a little more complicated than the other. The simple version is to work single crochet in the back loops only. So in that case, for round 9, you would work 48 single crochet around, so 1 single crochet in each stitch, but you would only work in the back loop. That will leave the front loop sticking out and create that nice edge. However, working under just the 1 loop can create a little bit of gapping, so I'm going to show you how I'm going to work under the back loop and an extra strand on the back side of the project to really create a nice crisp edge. If you don't want to do this version, then by all means, just work in the back loop. Alright, so to work the more complex version, we're going to insert our hook under the back loop of our next stitch. Then I'm going to look on the back side of my project, and I want to find this horizontal strand that runs parallel with the back loop that I've inserted under, and I want to insert my crochet hook underneath that loop as well. So it's this strand right here. Now it can be a little bit tricky getting under that back strand. I've got a whole video that breaks this down in more depth, and I show how you can loosen it up with a smaller crochet hook, but I'm just going to show using the 1 crochet hook here. But if you have any questions or get confused on the example here in this video, you can go check that out, and that should give you a little bit more information and guidance on how to do this. So anyways, now that I've inserted under the back loop and this strand on the back side of my stitches, now I'm ready to work a single crochet. And this is going to be worked just like normal, where I yarn over and pull up a loop, but I am going to make sure I pull it up through both of those strands of that stitch. So pull up a loop and then yarn over and pull through 2 to complete my single crochet. And I'm going to do 48 of those around. So let me show you that again. We're going to go under the back loop and under this little strand right here that runs parallel with the back loop. So in the next stitch, go under the back loop, and then also underneath this strand right here. Again, it can be a little tight, so I'm trying to not cover it up with my fingers so you guys can see where I'm going. It's a little harder to see in the white yarn too, because things sometimes blend together a little bit. But it's this right here. I'm going to kind of loosen it with my finger and then shove my hook underneath there. Alright, so now that I'm underneath both of those, I'm going to yarn over and pull it on up through that stitch, and then complete it by yarning over and pulling through 2. I'll show you this one more time. Insert under the back loop only of the next stitch, and then on the back side also go under this strand right here. Once I've inserted underneath both of those, I will yarn over, pull a loop up through both of those, and then work a single crochet. Once you've gone all the way around, you're going to see how this is going to really pull the stitches on up straight and create that really nice right angle for our project. I'm going to do this until I've worked in every stitch. I'm going to put 1 single crochet in each stitch of row 8. That's going to give me a total of 48 single crochets, and then I'll show you how we work rows 10 through 21. I have finished working round 9. As you can see, we're creating that really nice, sharp, crisp edge at the bottom, so the base of our snowman will lay really flat, and the sides will go up very nicely from it. As a reminder, we are spiraling, we're not joining the rounds, so where this edge starts will kind of be lower where it starts and higher where it ends. Don't worry, I've intentionally designed this pattern so that way that little, it's not really a seam, but just where that little offset is will be in the back of the project. So round 10, we're going to be back to smooth sailing, nothing crazy, nothing fancy. We're just going to work single crochet evenly around. So row 10 will have 48 single crochet stitches, and I'm going to work 1 in each stitch, working under both loops of the stitch from the previous round. So this is 2, my 3rd single crochet, a 4th single crochet, and I'm just going to keep putting single crochet into my stitches until I've worked 48 all the way around. That's the end of round 10, and now for rounds 11 through 21, I've got some good news for you. We are just going to repeat row 10. So there's no increasing, no decreasing, nothing crazy going on. It's going to be smooth sailing for the next 10 rounds. I will not make you watch me crochet all 10 of those rounds. I'm going to work through round 21, again working evenly, so that means there'll be 48 single crochet stitches each round. And once I'm done with round 21, I will show you the next step for this project. Alright, so if we take a look at the body here, I have worked through round 21, just working evenly up the side, 48 stitches every round. Now we're ready to start doing some shaping. So the next 4 rounds, we're going to do some decreases along the sides. For round 22, we're going to start with 14 single crochet. So 1, 2, 3, 12, 13, and 14. Now we're going to work a single crochet decrease, and I like using the invisible decrease. Basically, we're going to turn the next 2 stitches into 1. The way to work the invisible decrease is we go to the first stitch and we insert our hook under just the front loop, so we're not going under the back loop. Then go to our next stitch, and in that stitch also insert under just the first loop. So we're not inserting under the back loops, but we're inserting under the front loops of the next 2 stitches. Now I'll work my single crochet like normal. So I'll yarn over and pull up a loop through both of those stitches. Then I'll yarn over and pull through 2 to finish the decrease. Then in the next 22 stitches, I'm going to work 1 single crochet. Now after you do that decrease, it can be a little tricky to tell where to work. But this right here, those are those 2 stitches that we work the decrease across. We might be tempted to go in right here, but if we look at it, we can see it's getting pulled way to the right. And this right here is where we see our next really well-defined V at the top of the stitch. So that tells us this is the next place to work. So I'm going to work a single crochet in this stitch. And I've got to work 22 altogether. So this is 2, single crochet number 3, 21, and 22. After those 22 single crochet stitches, it's time for another invisible decrease. So again, go under just the front loop of the following stitch, and then under just the front loop of the stitch after that. Yarn over and pull a loop up through both of those stitches, and then yarn over and pull through both loops on the hook to complete the decrease. Now we'll just have 8 stitches left in our round. We want to put 1 single crochet into each of them. Again, these 2 right here, you can see they're being pulled to the right. Those are the 2 stitches we decreased across. So this right here is our next stitch. So we'll put a double crochet in this stitch, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. When we get to the end of round 22, because we did those 2 decreases, we will have worked a total of 46 single crochet. Now for round 23, it's going to be very similar. This time we're going to start by working 12 single crochet. So 1 single crochet in each of the next 12 stitches. So 1, 2, 3, 11, and 12. Then across the next 2 stitches, we're going to work that decrease. Again, using the invisible decrease, go under the front loops of the next 2 stitches, yarn over and pull up a loop through both of those stitches, yarn over, pull through 2 to complete the single crochet decrease, and then in each of the next 21 stitches, I'm going to work 1 single crochet. So this is 1, 2, 20, and 21. Now another invisible decrease. So I'm going to work that across these next 2 stitches to decrease them together with that single crochet. I've got 9 stitches left, and I'm going to put 1 single crochet in each of the 9 stitches that remain to finish up the round. When we get done with round 23, we will have worked 44 stitches. Moving on to round 24, we will again start off with 12 single crochet stitches and then that invisible decrease. So this is 2. I'll meet you after I've worked 12. Now that I've worked those 12 single crochet, I'm going to work an invisible decrease across the next 2 stitches to decrease them down to 1 stitch. And then I'm going to put 1 single crochet in each of the next 20 stitches. So let me work these 20 single crochet and I'll show you the next step for this round. I've finished working those 20 single crochet, just 1 in each stitch, and now it's time for another invisible decrease. So again, inserting under just those front loops and then working my single crochet decrease. So that leaves me with 9 stitches for the round, and I'm going to put 1 single crochet in each of those 9 stitches. When we're done with round 24, we will have worked 42 stitches. Round 25 will be similar to what we've done these last few rounds. We're going to start off with 13 single crochet. I'm going to work these, and then after that 13th single crochet, we're going to work a decrease. Now that I've worked those first 13 single crochet of the round, I'm going to work an invisible decrease. Then I'm going to put 1 single crochet in each of the next 19 stitches. So that's 2, 3. After working those 19 single crochet, I'm going to work another invisible decrease to single crochet the next 2 stitches together. And now I will have 6 single crochet left in round 25. And when we're done with round 25, we will have worked 40 stitches. Now for round 26, we are going to add in the arms. So we're going to start off round 26 by putting 1 single crochet in each of the next 11 stitches. So this is 1, 2, 3, 9, 10, and 11. Now we're ready to add our first arm, and this is why we made the arms first. All right, so I'm going to take one of my arms, it doesn't matter which one. And if we look at it, the green kind of is jagged on the one side, so we want to put that on the bottom side. And essentially what we're going to do is we're going to kind of pinch the arm in half. Now that last round of the arm had 12 stitches, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. What I'm going to do is with this folded in half, I'm going to first insert my hook through these stitches and then into the snowman and work my single crochet around the arm and the body of the snowman, and that's going to attach the arms without needing to sew them. Alright, so the first thing is figuring out where to insert our hook. Again, I'm going to find my very last stitch, so it's this right here, and I'm going to count back 6. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And I'm going to insert my hook underneath that stitch. Okay? And then I also want to insert my hook on the corresponding stitch on the opposite side, which in this case will be the one right next to it. Alright, so I've inserted underneath those 2 stitches. Kind of slide that up the hook there. And then if we go back to the body of the snowman, I am going to insert my hook into the next stitch that I haven't worked in. So that's going to be right there. Alright, so I've got a lot on the hook. What I'm going to do now is I will yarn over and I'm going to pull that through the body of the snowman and all the way through the arm. And then I'll be left with 2 loops on my hook, and I'll complete the single crochet by yarning over and pulling through both of them. We're going to repeat that process. So I'm going to look at the front side of the arm, and I'm going to insert my hook through the next stitch on the front side of the arm. Then look at the back side of the arm and insert underneath the next stitch on the back side of the arm. Then go to my snowman. Find the next stitch that I haven't worked in on my snowman, so that's going to be this right here, and insert my hook through that. And then I will yarn over, pull through the body, and pull through both layers of the arm. I've got 2 loops on my hook, and I will yarn over and pull through 2. And repeat. Go through the next pair of stitches on the arm. Go through the next stitch in the body. Yarn over and pull that on up through everything we inserted into. Yarn over, pull through 2 to finish it up. So we've done 3 stitches to join the arm. We're going to have a total of 6 stitches to join it. So this is number 4. Go through the pair of stitches on the arm, Go through the next stitch on the body, and then finish up the single crochet by yarning over, pulling up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2. 2 more to go. Insert in the next stitch in the front of the arm, insert into the next stitch on the back of the arm. Trying to not block the view with my yarn there. So the next stitch on the back of the yarn, next stitch in the body of the snowman, yarn over and pull that on up through everything. 2 loops left on the hook, and I'll yarn over and pull through 2. One last time. I've got 1 stitch left on the front of the arm, so insert through that. I've got just 1 stitch left on the back of the arm, which is that right there. Go to the next stitch in the body, yarn over, pull on it up through everything. Now that I've got 2 loops on my hook, yarn over, pull through 2. I'm going to pause here for a second and take the tail end that was left over from my arm, and I'm just going to tuck it inside the body so it is out of the way. And now we are ready to continue working round 26 of the body. In the next 2 stitches of the body, I'm going to put 1 single crochet. So this is my next stitch, work a single crochet there, and a single crochet in the following stitch. Now I am going to work a single crochet decrease. Same as we did earlier, using that invisible decrease method to work across 2 stitches at once. Then I'm going to put 1 single crochet in each of the next 6 stitches. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Then I'm going to do another decrease. Again, that invisible decrease where we insert under just those front loops and then work a single crochet like normal. And then a single crochet in each of the next 2 stitches. So this is 1, this is 2, if I can get my hook in there. And now we are going to attach the next arm. So again, find the side with the seam, put it to the bottom, and then if we look at the top, we're going to find the very last stitch of the arm, which is right here, and I'm going to count back 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This stitch right here, I'm going to take my hook and insert it through that. And then I'm also going to insert my hook under the stitch just to the right of it. Okay, so I've gone underneath both of those stitches. Let me swing the arm around to the front of the body. And then I'm going to look at the body of my snowman. I've already worked in that spot, so I want to go to the next stitch and insert my hook through there. All right, then I'm going to yarn over and pull through the body, pull through the arm, and finish up my single crochet stitch. Go to the next pair of stitches on the arm, so go through the front, go through the back, go through the next stitch on the body, and then work my single crochet. I'm going to do that across the next 4 stitches of this arm. Now that I have worked through all 6 stitches of the arm, again, I've taken the tail piece of the arm and just kind of thrown it to the inside of the body. And now I've got just 3 stitches left in the round, and I'm going to put a single crochet in each of them. We've already worked in that stitch, so this right here is my next stitch. I'm going to put a single crochet here, a single crochet in the following stitch, and a single crochet in the last stitch. And when we get done with round 26, we will have worked 38 stitches. Moving on to round 27, this is going to be similar to what we were doing before the round where we added the arms. We're going to start off with 18 single crochet. So 1, 2, 3, 17, and 18. Then we're going to work a single crochet decrease, again using that invisible decrease. If I can get my hook under there, that is, and work that single crochet decrease. Then I'll put 1 single crochet in each of the next 6 stitches. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Then you guessed it, the next 2 stitches get a decrease. So working across those 2 stitches, decreasing it down to 1. At this point, there's only 10 stitches left in the round, and I'm going to put 1 single crochet in each of the 10 stitches that remain. At the end of round 27, we will have worked 36 stitches. Moving on to round 28, we're going to have 3 decreases this round. But first, we're going to start off with 9 single crochet. 1, 2, 9. Then we're going to work a decrease. So we'll decrease across the next 2 stitches. Then we've got a nice little pattern that will repeat 2 times. I'm going to work 10 single crochet and then decrease. So 1, 2. Now that I've worked those 10 single crochet, I will work a decrease. And then I'm going to repeat that. So I will work 10 single crochet followed by a decrease. So finishing up the second repeat, all I've got is a decrease left. So I'll do the invisible decrease to reduce those stitches down to 1. And now I'll have just 1 stitch left in my round, and I will put a single crochet in there, giving me a total of 33 stitches in round 28. Round 29, we have a pattern that repeats 3 times. We're going to work 9 single crochet and then a decrease. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9, and then work a decrease. And repeat that 2 more times. You'll have a total of 30 stitches for round 29. Row 30 will be very similar to row 9, but instead of having 9 single crochet and then a decrease, we will have 8 single crochet and then a decrease. And we will repeat that pattern 3 times around, and we'll end up with a total of 27 stitches. So this is single crochet number 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8, and then I'm going to work my decrease. Then repeat that 2 more times. At this point, our snowman will be looking a little something like this. We're going to pause here and stuff the body. Stuff as much or as little as you like. 2 other thoughts is if you want to have the base be really firm and solid, you could cut out a cardboard circle from like a cereal box and put it at the bottom, and that'll also make it a really flat, sturdy surface for standing on. Another thing too is if you want to add rocks or beans or something like that to the base of it, this would also make a really cute door stopper. But I'm just going to use this snowman as a decor piece, just set it on my shelf. So I'm just going to stuff him until I like the look. Alright, something about like that looks good. Let's finish crocheting the neck and then we'll just have the head left to crochet. Round 31 will fortunately have some repeats. The first repeating pattern is we're going to decrease and then work 2 single crochet. And we'll do this repeat 6 times. So I start off with my decrease. And then I'm going to put a single crochet in each of my next 2 stitches. So 1 and 2. And then repeat 5 more times. So it's decrease, followed by 2 single crochet. So 1 and 2. I'm going to repeat that 4 more times. After working that decrease 2 single crochet pattern 6 times, we will have just 3 stitches left in our round, and so to finish up, we're going to work a decrease across those first 2 stitches. So decrease them down together, and our last stitch gets just 1 single crochet. Now round 32 is going to also be fairly similar. This time the repeating pattern will be a decrease followed by just one single crochet. And again, we will work this pattern 6 times around. So there'll be 6 repeats. So it's decrease, and then one single crochet. Sorry, I went off camera there a little bit. I try to work the decreases in particular extra tight just so there aren't any gaps in the fabric. So we've done the repeat once. Now for a second time, it's decrease. So we're using that invisible decrease going under just the front loops. And then I'll pull up through both of them and complete my single crochet. And then the next stitch over here gets just one single crochet in it. I've done that twice. I've got 4 more repeats to go. Now that I've worked the repeating pattern of a decrease and then a single crochet 6 times around, I'm left with 2 stitches, and those 2 stitches get a decrease. So I'll work a decrease across those 2 stitches. So at the end of round 32, we will be down to just 13 stitches, and round 33 is a nice, happy, simple row where we're going to work 13 single crochet and just put 1 stitch in every space from the previous round. So this is 1, this is 2, three, and I'm going to keep going around until I've worked 13. So at this point we've essentially crocheted the neck, and now it's time to start crocheting the head. Round 34 has a nice repeat. We're going to work 3 single crochet and then an increase and repeat that 3 times. So we'll go 1 single crochet, 2, 3, and then the next stitch will be a single crochet increase, so that's where we work 2 single crochet into the same stitch. So this is my second single crochet into that spot. And repeat 2 more times. So it's 3 single crochet, so 1, 2, 3, and then an increase. So 1 and 2 single crochet into the same spot, and then repeat 1 more time. Now that I've worked my 3 repeats, I'm going to put a single crochet in the last stitch that remains. So once we're done with round 34, we will have worked 16 stitches. Moving on to round 35, this is a repeat and we only have to do the repeat. The repeating pattern is single crochet and then increase. We will do that 8 times around. So it's single crochet in the first stitch, then the next stitch is an increase. So we're going to put 2 single crochet into the same spot. So that's 1, and this is 2 in the same spot. And then repeat 7 more times. So it's single crochet, single crochet increase in the next stitch. So single crochet increase is those 2 stitches. Round 36 is another repeating round. We will have a repeat that we repeat 3 times. And that pattern is going to be 3 single crochet followed by an increase. So we will work 1, 2, and 3 single crochets, just working evenly. And then the next stitch gets an increase. So that's 2 stitches in the same spot. So 2 single crochet. We'll repeat that a total of 6 times. So this is our second repeat. We will work 3 single crochet. So 1, 2, and 3. And then the next stitch gets an increase. So that's 2 single crochet into the same spot. So we'll work this repeat a total of 6 times, and when we get done with round 36, we will have worked a total of 30 stitches. Round 37 will be very similar to round 36. We are going to have a repeating pattern of 4 single crochet. So 1, 2, 3, and 4, followed by an increase. So that's 2 single crochet in the same stitch. We will repeat that 6 times around for a total of 36 stitches. Round 38 will also have a repeating pattern, and that is going to be 8 single crochet followed by an increase, and we'll repeat that 4 times around. So I'll start off with my 8 single crochet, so this is 1 stitch in each of the next 8 stitches. So working only single crochet. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And then I'll work an increase by placing 2 single crochet into the same stitch. That's 1 and this is 2. And I will repeat that 4 more times until I have a total of 40 stitches. Now for rounds 39 through 42, we're going to work evenly. So that means we're going to work 40 single crochet all the way around. So I'm just going to put 1 single crochet in every stitch. So this is 1, 2 single crochet, 3, and I'm going to go all the way around until I've worked 40 single crochet, and that'll be round 39, and then I'll do the same for rounds 40, 41, and 42. I have worked rows 39 through 42 off camera. Again, these were just worked evenly, each have 40 stitches, and now it's time to start decreasing. We are in the home stretch. For round 43, we are going to have a repeating pattern where we work 8 single crochet and then a decrease. And we will repeat that pattern of 8 double crochet followed by a decrease a total of 4 times. So this is 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And yes, you guessed it, for the decrease, we're doing that invisible decrease. Hopefully you're a pro at it by now because we've been doing so many of these in this project. That's what I'm going to do, and I'm going to repeat that 3 more times. When I'm done with row 43, I will have worked 36 stitches. So it's 8 single crochet and then a decrease. Moving on to round 44, we have a pattern we will repeat 6 times. That pattern is going to be 4 single crochet and then a decrease. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and then work a decrease. So we're decreasing those 2 stitches down to just 1. We'll repeat that a total of 6 times. So that's 1, 2, 3, and 4, then a decrease. When we're done with this round, we will have 30 stitches. Round 45 will be very similar. This time the repeating pattern is 3 single crochet and then a decrease. Again, we will repeat this 6 times around. So this is my 3rd single crochet, and then I'm going to work a decrease. Get my hook under that strand there. When I'm done with round 45, I will have worked 24 stitches. Here's what things are looking like. Now before we go on to round 46, let's pause to stuff the head. I've already got an amount measured out here. So I'm going to put all of this in here, but you may want to stuff a little bit, work another round, stuff a little bit more. But I feel good about the amount of stuffing I've got here. Again, stuff as much or little as you want, just get it to your liking. Round 46 will once more be very similar. This time we're going to work 2 single crochet and then the decrease, and we will repeat that around 6 times. So 1 single crochet, a 2nd single crochet, and then work that decrease. And I will repeat that around 6 times. Round 48, you guessed it, we're going to do 1 single crochet and then a decrease and repeat that around 6 times. So in my first stitch, I will work a single crochet. In the next stitch, I will work a decrease across 2 stitches. Again, using that invisible decrease where I go under just the front loops. So that's a single crochet, then a decrease, and we repeat. So single crochet, decrease across the next 2 stitches. When I get done with this round, I will have worked 12 stitches. Now for round 48, which is the final round of this project. Good job for making it this far. This round, we are going to work 6 single crochet decreases. So across my first 2 stitches, I'll work a decrease, going under those front loops, yarn over, pull through the 2 loops, yarn over, pull through 2 to complete my single crochet stitch. Now I've got 5 more of those to go. So this is my second decrease. Again, I like to try to work these decreases nice and snug, so I minimize any holes and gaps. Now for my third decrease, we're closing off the top of the snowman's head. A fourth decrease, decrease number 5. Again, things get really tight here at the end. And then one last decrease as our final stitch of the project. Now just for good measure, before I fasten off, I'm going to slip stitch into the next stitch. So I guess really this is the last stitch. I'm going to slip stitch. I'm going to cut a nice long tail. And then pull this on all the way through my project to fasten off. Now I've still got a little bit of a hole there. Let's go ahead and sew this closed. To sew this closed, I'm going to do a whip stitch where I go through one loop of each stitch from the center coming out, go to the next stitch, work from the center out, and after each stitch I'm going to pull it nice and snug. Continuing to work from inside out. So inside of the circle, going outward, go through all 6 stitches. Pull it nice and snug. And then personally, I like to tie knots with everything. Otherwise, you can just send the needle on down through the center, but I like to tie knots just because I like that added security. I'm just going to come over here, hook under a thread, go through that loop to really tie it off, snug it down. And then I'm just going to take my excess and send it on down through the project and out somewhere else. And then cut the part that remains. Here's the basic look of how our snowman turns out now. He might not look like much at the moment. What it really comes down to is giving him the decorations and details like buttons, a hat, and a scarf. You can make a hat and scarf however you want. If you want to check out part 3 of my double crochet snowman, I'll show a method how to make both of those. Those videos also show how to make buttons. So I have added my buttons. I've got the hat and scarf on. My snowman's all complete. You might be wondering, why didn't I add a face? I got this question on the other one too. If you take a look at the buttons, my buttons are on crooked. I'm gonna leave them be. I struggle with sewing amigurumis and things together, so I have found that less is more when it comes to my amigurumis. That's why I left a face off, but feel free to put a face on there, give them clothes, however you want to make your project your own. I hope y'all enjoyed this project. If you make one, be sure to tag me on Instagram or share it with me on Facebook. Look for Crafters Autonomous on either of those platforms. Happy crafting!